So let us start with that. I have some animated figures. So what is this? What kind of failure and what kind of part is this?
Rod,
Yes.
tensile.
So okay, the thing someone said spigot. So yes, this part is the spigot part, which is on this side. This is the spigot part. But the one which is breaking here, which I want to show is the rod part. So we know that the tensile load will be acting on the rod and it will be failing in the tensile failure. Okay, what is the second component?
Spigot.
Spigot. Spigot mein which stresses are there? What is the first stress which we considered?
Tensile.
Tensile. So you can see here, this is a spigot, and when it is applied, when this load will be applied, a tensile load, it will break. And from where it will break?
Minimum.
Minimum
It
cross
will
section
break
area.
at the minimum cross section area. So on this particular part, that is spigot, this is the part which is having a minimum cross section area. So this will break from here, and we will get the area like this. Okay. So it is a circular portion on this side and circular portion on this side. And we have then found out this area. Then what is the second failure in this part?
Crushing.
Crushing. Yes, so you can see, observe here, this part which is inside will be crushed or pressed due to the pin action and due to the load applied. So again, it is a rectangle and the values are d2 into t. Then what is the next part? Next failure in this part?
Shearing.
Shearing, yes. So in shearing, what happens if you observe in this figure? This part is being pressed. ये वाला part press हो रहा है. If I draw the 3D view here, okay, it will be like this. And this part will be pressed. पहले press हुआ, and after pressing, as the load increases, this particular part will come out. So you can see in this figure, this particular part has come out. So while coming out, it is rubbing this surface. And because it is rubbing, it will be known as a shear. So it is rubbing this surface also, and it is rubbing this surface also, which is on the back side. So it will be twice into A into D2. Okay. So this will be the area for this particular shear. Okay. What is the next component?
Spigot column.
Spigot column. What are the different types of stresses acting on it?
Crushing.
Yes, the first
Shearing.
one, yes, crushing and shearing. So just ignore this figure. We know that when the load or when the socket will come into it, this area which I am making the shaded now, this area will be crushed or this area will be pressed. So I don't have the figure right now with me, so I am making it here only. So this particular area will be crushed. That means it is outer circle minus the area of the inner circle. So that will be the area which is resisting that stress. So this will be account for crushing, and then for shear we know that this particular ring which we are seeing here will be coming out sliding on this particular element. So you can see this is sliding part. So this will come out, and the area of shearing will be this circumference, that is pi into d multiplied by this thickness. So that is area we will take into account for shear. Okay, what was the next component?
Quarter.
Quarter. And quarter, what are the different types of stress acting or load acting?
Shearing, bending.
Yes.
Shearing, bending.
Yes, there will be two types of load acting on the pin. The first one is shearing. So you can see here, this part will come out, and while coming out, it will rub this surface and also this surface. So because it is a rubbing action, it is known as a shear. And as it is twice, it will be 2 into B into T. So area of shear will be 2 into B into T. And then if you go for bending part, so we have this bending because the load is applied perpendicular to the axis of the pin. Hence there will be a bending, and for bending we have already seen the formula. Okay, what is the next part?
Socket.
Socket. And in socket, what is the load acting?
Tensile.
Tensile.
So here you can see this is socket part, and we know that you can observe here there is a tensile load acting on it, and because of tensile load, where it will break?
Minimum cross sectional
It will
area.
break at minimum cross section area, which is nothing but this particular section. So there will be tensile stress formula which we have already derived. And then last part is this one, which is this part?
Socket collar.
It is socket collar. So what will be the stresses acting on it?
Crushing,
Shearing,
shearing.
crushing.
Yes, crushing and shearing. So crushing you see here, this part will be pressed because of the pin. यहाँ पर एक pin है, तो pin से क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ पर ये वाला part press हो रहा है. So if you observe here, and this part will be pressed, so it will be crushing, and once crushing is there, this part will come out, will try to come out as seen in this figure. So here also, and downside will also come out, so it will be double shear and on both sides, back side as well as front side. So the formula was 2 into 2 into R2 minus R1. If I talk in general terms, it will be 2 into 2 into R2 minus R1, but 2 into R2 minus R1 can be written as D2 minus D1 in normal terms. Actually, we have taken the nomenclature as D4 and D1, I think. Okay. Any doubts to anyone till this part? This we have already discussed in the previous lectures. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Sir, no, sir. No.
So this entire slide which is in front of you gives the complete overview of what is quarter joint all about and what are the different failures acting on each part. So you can take the screenshot of this and keep it for further reference. वैसे याद रह जाएगा आगे भी. Okay, should I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this again take the screenshot of this also. So in previous slide we have seen what are the different types of failures acting, what are the different types of failures on each component, and in this slide you will be getting what are the different formulas which we have also discussed how it comes, and from each formula what are the different parameters you will be getting while designing the quarter joint. So for example, when we consider the rod under the tensile loading, we will get the diameter of rod. If I take another example, let us say for socket, if I consider tensile loading, I will get the value for D1. And what is D1?
Diameter of socket.
Diameter of socket. Which diameter? Outer, inner?
Outside.
Let's go for the next part, the design procedure. So I will skip this because we have already discussed in the previous slide what we have to do. So these are the steps which we have already seen, except these 2 points, which we know is the basic steps of any design problem. The first is draw table of various components along with its properties. This part 1 or step 1 is valid only when we take different factor of safety of different materials, or we select different material for different components. Then only this step 1 will come. Step 2 will come only if ultimate stresses are given, or we select our own material from PSG data book. Then only we have to find out working stress assuming some factor of safety. So these 2 are the basic steps. Then from step 3 we have already seen diameter of rod, then design of spigot. They will have 3 different failure criteria: tensile, crushing, shear, and from each of them we will get D2 and T. From here you will get, from crushing you will check, and shearing you will get A. Here one more point noting is, it's given T is equal to 0.4 D2. It is not fixed that it is 0.4. Actually it is T is equal to 0.3 to 0.4 times D2. So you can take any value between 0.3 to 0.4. It is not fixed. Then we will go for step 5, that is design of spigot collar, in which there will be shearing and crushing. So from shearing we will get T1, from crushing we will get D3. Then we will go for design of pin. Shear criteria, we will get the mean thickness B, and bending criteria we will check the safety. And it's given that check safety at end. That's your choice. If you want to check it at this particular point also you can do, and you can also check it at the end part. Then step 7 will be design of socket and socket collar. So while considering socket, we will consider tensile criteria, in which we will get the outer diameter of socket. Then shear criteria we will get C, that is a linear distance, and in crushing criteria we will check for socket collar. Okay, so we have seen, okay, just a confusion. We have seen in the previous slide that in bending criteria we will get D4. Okay, we have seen in our slides that in bending criteria we will get D4. So when we come to this part, crushing criteria, we will not get D4. We will now check the induced stress. So it is one and the same. Either you find out D4 here and go for checking at this particular point, or you find D4 here and get check at this particular point at the end. So both of them will work. Okay. Then we have said that we also need to find E, which is, I said, it is an empirical relation. So empirical relation is E is equal to 1.2 times D. So that is the empirical relation for E. So this entire slide gives you the design procedure or the stepwise procedure to solve problems on spigot and socket joint worth 16 to 20 marks.